Here tonight, two former Israeli hostages shared their stories. Chapel Hill native Keith Siegel and his wife Aviva were captives in Gaza. The two were in Durham tonight to talk about what they experienced. The Merrill's Kirsten Clark is live at Beth El Synagogue in Durham. Kirsten, we've heard so much about this story over the last year plus. This really wasn't an easy saga for them to tell.
It wasn't, Eric. Our viewers might remember Keith Siegel. He was released from Hamas custody on February 1st of this year. And though, as you mentioned, he and his wife have shared their story several times now, their pain and gratitude could be felt across the room tonight. A moment Keith and Aviva Siegel could only once dream of.
Because without you, Keith and I wouldn't have been home. And I don't know what would have happened to Israel.
They were surrounded by fellow Jews inside the synagogue that Keith says shaped who he is today. Keith and Aviva were kidnapped by Hamas terrorists on October 7th, 2023. Aviva was held with Keith and other hostages for more than a month.
And at that stage, I said to myself, don't look at Keith. Don't look at his chest, because he's going to die. I'm going to die. I didn't want to see Keith dead. And I'm trying to say to myself, okay, I'm going to die. I'm going to separate from my family.
Aviva was released in November of 2023. Yet Keith remained in captivity, often alone, starved, and in darkness for 484 days.
The terrorists became more cruel and violent, and out of the blue, a terrorist came up and he was standing above me and he started to scream at me and he cursed me and he spat on me and he kicked me, and this happened day after day.
Last month, WRAL anchor Ashley Rowe sat down with Keith to hear about his experience. He described how unclean he felt and only being able to use the bathroom when it was dark. Tonight, he shared many of the same details, overcome with emotion at times.
Missing my family and being worried about my family and knowing how worried my family are about me and being totally disconnected, I think that was probably the hardest thing for me to deal with.
One of those family members was Keith's brother, Lee, who rallied for Aviva and his brother.
Stay silent. You stand up and you're counted. And you stand up and you speak for those that don't have a voice.
And though Aviva and Keith Siegel were dealt pain and struggle, the two say they will not let it define them.
Always to be on the good side of life. And that's why I'm going to talk wherever they'll let me.
Now, this moment here tonight was especially moving for Keith. His mother, who died while he was being held hostage, was the first woman president of this synagogue. Live in Durham, Kirsten Clark, WRAL News.